this is the time not to get greedy. This is where investors start to go, okay, man, this market's just going to go up. I need to get more in. No, actually, this is where, remember how you felt down here at the lows and how you were acting about your portfolio at that point and say, this is a good time. Take a little bit of profits, reduce your risk, rebalance, do those types of risk management protocols in your portfolio. This is the time to do it. This market is going to pull back here at some point, but here's what you need to know before the bell this morning. Yesterday, markets continued to, kind of perform well. Ended about where we started yesterday. Not a lot of stuff that was going on within the markets. A bit of news coming out of Dubai on relative, deals. Yesterday, talking about, they have deals worth $1 trillion. Now, it's kind of hard, when the entire GDP of Dubai is like 200 billion. But, it sounds great. We're going to have these massive deals. They're going to buy 160 Boeing airplanes. That gave a lift to Boeing yesterday. They're going to spend another $200 billion on defense technologies. That should help companies like Raytheon, Palantir, others that are basically in that space as well. So good news coming out of Dubai, of course, as President Trump is there. One thing weighing on the markets this morning a little bit is this meeting in Turkey. It was a peace negotiation to meet between Zelensky and others to help negotiate a peace agreement, or at least a ceasefire for 30 days. Vladimir Putin is not showing up to that, and so President Trump is not showing up if Putin isn't there to negotiate. So nobody's really going other than Zelensky and some envoys. So that's kind of weighing on the market this morning. The market was hoping to try to get some progress on a ceasefire deal. So that's going to weigh on futures a little bit this morning. But again, markets have had this huge rally really ever since these lows. So again, a bit of a pullback here. Just from that, we can assign a lot of headline risk to it and say, okay, this is why this is happening. But the reality is you've had this huge kind of short covering rally. We had really large short covering rally over the course of the last 2 weeks in particular. That's pushed this market up above all these resistance levels. So again, a bit of a pullback here, just a bit of relaxation. Markets are very overbought. Market pulls back again. Now we're at need to hold these kind of key critical support levels that we talked about some yesterday. That's still the process here. So again, this is the point, and I talked about a little bit about this with Charles Payne yesterday on Fox Business. This is the time not to get greedy. This is where investors start to go, okay, man, this market's just going to go up. I need to get more in. No, actually, this is where, remember how you felt down here at the lows and how you were acting about your portfolio at that point and say, this is a good time. Take a little bit of profits, reduce your risk, rebalance, do those types of risk management protocols in your portfolio. This is the time to do it. This market is going to pull back here at some point, not dramatically, but if you don't raise some cash here, you can't buy the dip when it comes along, and you'll get a buyable dip here. Post-election years tend to have a decent rally in May and June. July tends to be weak, strong August, September tends to be weak, and then you have your October, November, December rally. So you're going to have a couple of opportunities this year to buy dips when this market pulls back a bit. Now, those are averages, but when this market pulls back, you've got to have some cash. So use this as an opportunity to look at your portfolio, reduce your risk, sell laggards, things that aren't working, move those out of the portfolio, reduce them. Things that have been performing well, rebalance those back to target. Put that cash on the sideline, wait for your next opportunity. Just be patient, you'll get it. But that's what you need to know before the bell this morning.